As time progresses and pressure increases, problems can begin to arise within a work environment. This causes difficulty to distinguish between low and high priority tasks and can cause slippages in dates, leading to an overall decrease in delivery performance. A solution is required to monitor the data, understand what drives lateness, and make predictions on new data. Our goal is to empower key decision makers at the right time to make data-centric, informed decisions.
4 personas are given, each with a clear vision for the business. These personas can be split into 2 categories, which are project-based and people-based. The project manager and planner would be grouped together in the project-based category. Their aims are to understand the forecast of the date and if it is realistic. By diverting more attention to this, intervention can ensue as fast and early as possible. Their key interests are proactively monitoring the dates carefully to gain earlier visibility of repeat delivery issues so action can be taken on the highest priority tasks before any issues escalate. This leaves the senior leader and work centre leader to be grouped together in the people-based category. They both wish to understand the parts of the business which are stable and struggling. Specific action should be taken accordingly, in particular to differentiate between high and low priority tasks as they become unclear and pressure increases, allowing them to divert spare capacity. Their key interests are calculating the delay tolerance for each task to improve current performance. Subsequently, informed conversations can be had about where to intervene and allow for demand and capacity to remain in balance.
For our product delivery, the aim was to move reporting delivery from what is currently happening to what is going to happen. So instead of waiting on tasks and programs to miss, this product will highlight early warning signals that will lead to slippage. We essentially bring together activity level forecast behavior, program planning patterns, work center demand, and capacity pressures into an easy to read or easy to use dashboard. The value essentially is not just seeing what is read today, but also understanding what is likely to go wrong next and why.
The programme overview has been developed to look at the ongoing activities that are yet to be completed. These have been ranked using the amount of slip from the baseline to the forecast, as well as using a K nearest neighbours model to rank whether we think there is a likelihood of the activity overrunning based on programme type, current slip, delivery unit, delivering cost centre. We then have an individual programme view where we can see the number of high-risk activities, medium-risk activities and low-risk activities that are outstanding for any given programme, and within that programme, whether they are on contract or not. These then have the top 5 currently overrunning based on the number of days of slip, as well as the activities that have been modelled by the K nearest neighbours that are likely to overrun. Within the workflow, we are able to break down by programme and delivery unit to look at the activities and their different risk categories based on utilisation, based on slip, and based on the model.
Based interrogation of data, we have a people-based interrogation of data, starting with a work center utilization page, which demonstrates the variance of hours between capacity and demand, as in a percentage format, as well as over utilization, demonstrating also those extremely overutilized, more than 25%, and those extremely underutilized, more than 10% underutilized. This can be further broken down by delivery unit, as well as work center code to interrogate specific parts of the business in the projects they're working on. Here you can also see the breakdown in demand versus capacity of those units. In addition to this overview page, we also have a capacity trends page, which demonstrates the difference between the forecast capacity and the actual capacity of different work centers for identification of trends across the first 6-month periods of 2030. In addition to capacity forecast versus actual, we have a future forecast for the next quarter of 2030 for any work center leads or senior leaders to identify what potential capacity teams will have in the future, as well as trend lines to identify how, on average, the teams are occupied.
There are many improvements that we would like to make to the dashboard when we have more time. Incorporate historical data to enable more accurate detection of activity slippage and uncover long-term trends. obtain and connect program and work centre data to provide more comprehensive insights across activities, use of advanced behaviour analytics (NLP) to reveal behavioural patterns, and more detailed data analysis, such as looking into names versus generics and forecast versus actuals at the work package level for work package management focus.
Spending time reviewing the data to understand what is available to us and what else needs to be done in order to achieve the required outcome. We used the data of completed activities and whether they were completed on time. We used their characteristics to predict whether ongoing activities were likely to finish on time. This in turn will help with future mitigations by prioritising the areas that are reporting high risk and understanding why. The solution has been tailored to the different client personas that the challenge describes, delineating between users wishing to integrate the data by project as opposed to users wishing to integrate data by cost centre. Landing pages within the dashboard presents an overview of the data to facilitate ease of analysis. Additional tools within the dashboard allows a user to draw further conclusions, such as which teams are consistently overutilized or which activities have seen continuous slippage. Our solution is secure as it uses data held internally, which will allow organizations to adapt the solution in line with their governance requirements while still achieving the outcome. However, advanced modelling techniques such as KNN may require additional security approvals depending on company policies around Python and scripting. Where such constraints exist, the solution is still viable by running advanced models in an approved environment and then importing it into Power BI.